Hi everyone and welcome to the another exciting webinar, and you can ask me why it's so exciting. Because the winner will get $5,000 if he or she will solve the puzzle. What puzzle? I don't know for now, because you need to watch the webinar till the end, and please watch carefully. So excited? Excited too. Let's start.
Hi guys, and today we're gonna talk about this beautiful video that we already created and you probably seen it. Also, welcome to check the Behance page, and we already got some great results here, so please check it on Behance and give us thumbs ups. So today we're gonna talk about the process of creating the whole video, starting from script and ending with final render and sound design. So the idea of the video was to combine all areas that we have in our industry and make one video that will be consisted of all these areas, and after that record the course for each area. So I have the Figma page and I'll give you the link after the webinar so you can see the presentation. Also, if you see this click me image, it means that you can click on the link, right? So welcome to do it. Great. So how does it started? Everything starts with the idea, actually. So I had an idea. Let's do some awesome video, right? After that, draft scenario came. So actually this is the final version of scenario, and I want to tell you that it was like 10 versions, so it's the best one. So quickly, modern motion promo, we see regular horse changing design, expressing themselves in unique fun way, little bit crazy, and so on and so on. So you already seen this in the video. Great, so I think we need to see it again, right?
Why does this horse love motion? Because she can be brutal. He can be weird. It's a little bit crazy. And even a unicorn. I love unicorns, but much longer. I mean, a bit smaller. Something like that. How about a unicorn fly? Fantastic plan. And special for you, my friend, I want to show you a magic trick. One unicorn fly becomes...
Okay, so the rest of the video you can check on Behance already or on our website. You can click the link here, okay, and our website appears. Great. So once scenario is done, what happened next? It was the draft, script writing and screenwriting. So actually script, it's our voiceover, and visual, it's our screenwriting, you know. And that is the draft scamping. We call it scamping. So even if you don't have the drawing skills, you can do like me. So it's my illustration, and that's how it started. So once I did scenario, the next step, it was to make the voiceover, and I've combined the visual that I already had with the voiceover and make divided my script by scenes. Okay, so you see voiceover, visual that explain what's happening on the screen, and some example. Then scene 2. Here we see some reference, so do not hesitate to add some reference, so illustrator or animator will be familiar what you have in mind. So for example, when I say about stretching the horse, it must be like that. When we squeeze the horse, something like that, right? So it's always good to do the references. Next one. Also, I make some animations, so the fly rubber the hands, and it's also very good to include the GIFs. Okay, so scene by scene, I'm making voiceover, visual, and draft illustrations that I call scamping, right? After that, when I divided everything by scenes, we actually ready to give it to Illustrator. But there are a little bit more in this preparation, so the rest you can see in the Modern Screenwriter course. But we go in to the next step. The next step, after we have this illustration, we need a mood board. So please find a lot of references, color schemes, characters, and so on. And it should be like 10 of illustration at least. You know, it can be even more, but for me, I always choosing like 10-15 images, so Illustrator can understand the style and vision. So after that, when we have mood board and script scamping, we can send it to Illustrator. And that's how it was. I've sent the script to like 10 different illustrators, and you can see the result of each one. So for the first illustrator, I just gave the task make some different characters, just the freedom of your mind and so on. So that's how it came. The next illustrator made the same situation. Then I gave the task like make the horses for the next illustrator. So that's how it was. Then some flies, and you can see the style. I actually like it a lot, but we don't stop. I continued with this illustrator, so I like the style, so push it a little bit further, and we made like this, then a little bit more interesting, playing with the colors. After that, we tried some textures and so on, and the final was like brutal horse. And we also played with some stretches that was mentioned in the storyboard scamp. Okay, so that's how it's ended, and I started with the next illustrators. So unicorn, horse, that's very good actually, but the next one, it was the scene with the fly that rubbing the hands. So very stylish design, like graphic design. The next one was also very stylish. So one by one, I've found this illustrator, and it was actually two, the friends Anna Palm and Willin. So they made like 5 horses sketches, and it was a regular horse, it was brutal horse. You can see also the references, that is really good, and some text here explaining what's happening. So next, abstract. I always like when illustrators give the references, because it will help with future modeling. When it's done, so I've chosen these illustrators, and we started to make the next steps. By the way, they made a course on the process, so you can check it. So, woohoo! I found the illustrator, and I also gave them additional references, and it was their illustrations actually. So one by one, we made the final colors for each horse, which is great. Then we started with other characters like giant sexy monkey girl, and was the first version, but we needed something more huge, and that's the monkey gorilla. Then it's baseball player, this color with more references, candy girl, fitness bad girl, high school outsiders, Bahead guy, and Mohawk guy. So that's the final colors and the flies version of each one. So that's probably all. And after that we made a storyboard. So it was like the very draft storyboard, like you can see horses changing the styles, then unicorn stretches, boom, flies, dancing, baseball, and so on. So great. After that, the process was divided on 3 different steps that separate artists made at the same time. So once characters was done, storyboard was done, we started the process on creating the backgrounds environments. So it was the first one. For the regular horse we found some references, and it was nature at the beginning, but then we decided that we need something more like that. This is the process for the brutal horse. At the beginning we wanted volcano to make like a huge brutalism, but after that we decided that it can be just a bar. Call it mad horse, but then we call it brutal horse. And that's how it came to the final design. Here's the process for the weird horse. So Weird Planet, it was like Rick and Morty style, so we found these references and it was really fast, like something weird, and step by step this is the final result. Some strange creatures on background, and here for the Supreme Horse we wanted some geometric shapes like in some another dimension, you know, but one by one we made something like that. So just some geometric figures and shapes. For the unicorn horse it was actually really fast, clouds, ice cream and some candies, and that's the result. Nice. For the flies we wanted some alien UI, you know, so that's how it came. Dance scene, it was also really fast, and baseball scene we made this background. Cool. At the same time, once the environment designer, and actually it was Ronald Lavency, and he made also the course that explained the process on it. So as you can see, like the whole video, every artist made the unique process on creating on realizing this video, you know. So once Renault is working on the environments, another artist worked on frame by frame actually. So let me show you.
Why this horse love motion design? Because it can be brutal, can be weird, a little bit crazy, and even the unicorn. I love unicorns, but a little bit smaller, of course. Oh, how about unicorn fly? Fantastic plan. Do you want a magic trick? One unicorn fly becomes three unicorn flies, but we wanted more, seven unicorn flies, and that's a party. Oh yeah.
As you can see, we made like drafts animatic, and it was really helpful for the artist that worked on the animation. And Andrew Diaz made the course also how to create these animatics, storyboards, and so on. Okay, so at the same time, Ren worked on the environments. At the same time, Andrew worked on the animatic, and at the same time, the 3D modeling department worked on the modeling of the horses. So that's how it was. The start was actually in Blender, so like the basic shapes and so on. Then it's a Supreme Horse. That's the process of Weird Horse. Step by step, we got the final result. Brutal Horse. You see like the basic shapes, then muscles, wings, some shading, texturing, and we have the final horse. By the way, you know what to do if you want to see the process of creating like this horse step by step. It's starting from sketching, then final render, animation, and everything. Regular horse is also interesting process of finding this style, because at the beginning we don't had in mind that it should be plasticine, so we tried hair, then we tried like that, then we found that we need plasticine. The same for hair, but we wanted something more and found the reference of this guy, and that's how this hair came. Great. And we also made this. Great. Also 3D monkey. That's the process. Nice. It also made in Blender. And the process on the each character. You can see how it was. For this modeling, we worked in ZBrush. So, like, you can choose whatever soft you want. So, if you want to do it in Blender, you can. Cinema 4D, easy. But if you want like real skills, so ZBrush is industry standard. So if you want to achieve the quick results and have the great toolbar for the modeling, then ZBrush is your choice, right? So that's actually the example of ZBrush possibilities. So as you can see, we made some basic characters, but then I decided that we need to make some more advanced, like Disney looking character, and we invited the Nazar Noshenka, Ukrainian artist, that made like this Diana, we call it Diana, yeah, and that's the process. And it's done in ZBrush, the modeling. can see really great details. And even some magic in Substance Painter. And of course, Nazar made a special course for you that explained the whole process, how to start from modeling and ending up with the final render. You know what to do. Great. And also some remaining characters. It's also ZBrush. Great. So, as you can see, at the same time, after the characters was created and the basic storyboard, design of environment, 3D modeling, and frame-by-frame animatic started at the same time. After that, when we had 3D models of the characters and environment, we started to combine them. So at the beginning we wanted to combine 3D characters with 2D environment, yeah, and we tried like this option. Then we tried 3D option also, then we tried to blur it, and we decided that we should make 3D environment because it looks much better. But at the beginning we wanted to make it like 2D on the background. As you can see at the beginning, we also wanted to add more landscape, so we made it here. Also, some simulation was made to make the sand. Okay. The same process for once we understood that we need 3D environment, so we started right away modeling these elements and making some look depth, some simulation, destruction, some smoke, and that's how the final result came. The process for the weird horse. Some modeling, some first steps of the scene, then we combining all together, finding the color scheme, some explorations, and the final result. As you can see, here we also added some 2D elements to make it even more attractive. So basically we wanted to make the mix of 2D with 3D, right? So I decided, okay, I still want to add 2D, and that's how it came some little elements here. And it's actually worked well. The same for this scene. As you can see, we have frame by frame fire. The next one was weird horse, and it was actually very easy because you don't need to spend too much time for the shading and so on. Just regular shading and texturing. Yeah. So at the beginning it was gray background, but then I decided that it not have a good mix, and I decided to put some background like that. Okay. And let's see the result for the unicorn. Great. So that's the process on the alien UI with the flies. The beginning was green, then we tried black, and then we decided that we need actually 3D, and that's how it came. The same process for the dancing. At the beginning it was like very cartoonish, but we wanted like real dance club mood, so we decided to make some interesting light setups, and that's how it came. So if you want to understood how to make this setup, you know what to do. 3D character design party maker. And Pasha will explain you the process starting from ZBrush, then Cinema 4D, then Redshift, and how to render it. Okay? The next one, baseball scene, it was also very easy, just simple shapes, and we're done. And some additional elements, as you can see. Great. So after it's done, another dimension was Maya, rigging and animation. So once the characters was done, so 3D modeling of the, for example, the first one was regular horse, so it's automatically was sent to our Victor Abramovsky, who made the rigging and animations. So let's see how it was done. So for example, regular horse. We can see some very first steps. Then it was like that. It actually was combined with Alexander Kratinev, who made the renders and some look development. Then we tried like stop motion feeling, and that's the final result. Boom. Nice. Also, don't forget about wavefix. We done like some setups on the hair. You can see like our first steps here. Yeah. Then we tried some simulations on the hair. We also made some setup for the hair, so you can choose and customize it. This creation of the head, that's how it's done. Okay. And also some tests on the hairs. Great. Let's see another one. Weird horse. So that's the beginning. We tried like the elastic feeling. By the way, it's done in Maya. That one we tried in, so the Alexander rendered it in Redshift. Then some wavefix in Houdini for the bubbles. Again, we tried to mix it with 2D background, and as you can see, it's not worked well. It actually great, but you don't see the elements on the background, so we wanted they will be visible, you know. And that's the final result for the bubbles, which is great. And of course some wavefix. I want to share some tests on the bubbles, how it was done, how the elastic was done, also some funny stuff here. Let's play it again. Boom. Nice. let's jump to the brutal horse. So the first draft in Maya, second draft, and it's already the mix of the shading, texturing, lighting. Animation of background. And let's see wave fix. So the hair was done in Houdini, but actually we also done it in Blender. So it was two different setups. Destruction and smoke made in Houdini. Some simulations of the muscles right here. So simulations was done in Houdini. Okay. And the unicorn. So let's see, it was a lot of steps on this stretch. So we tried different options like that, then like that, but after that Victor decided to make it all in Maya, so just make it frame by frame, this stretch effect, and that's the first steps. So it's done like frame by frame 3D, you can call it. Okay, and Victor will explain you how to do it in his course actually. Nice. And Supreme Horse. So that's the first steps. Just random body movement. And the final result. Great. So as you can see, like 4 different processes was done at the same time. So actually how to manage all this I will explain in my course Modern Screenwriter. So also some 2D horses was done in After Effects, pixel art horse and unicorn again. Great. So what I want to show you is the characters, another characters. It's actually, I'll show you pretty quickly. It's Maya, almost all Maya. So again, if you want to do real like 3D animation of the characters, it's always Maya. All studios like Disney, Pixar and so on, it's the industry standard. So if you want to be the perfect in 3D animation, only Maya, guys. But we like not pushing. If you want some like regular animation, you still can do it like in any software like Cinema 4D, and we have the course for it. So just decide for yourself, okay? So here's some process on every character, and then the final render. So actually you can do it in Blender. Also Blender can give you like the maximum results on it, but only case that Maya made specially, you know, for that 3D animation of the characters. Like it's the best fit. So this little guy we made in Cinema 4D for example, so it was not a problem for us. So we don't use only, you know, like if it's animation, it's only Maya. So we also mixed it. It was Cinema 4D, Blender, and Maya actually. Here's the animation of the monkey. And the final explosion animation. Okay, so that's how the animations was done. And VFX. Once the animation of character is done, we needed some close simulations, and we invited like special artists for simulations. You can do it like again in any software, for example even in Cinema 4D, but the industry standard again it's Houdini. So it's the best, it even better than Marvelous Designer. If you want to simulate the clothes, you can do it in Houdini. Okay, it will be the best. Okay, also some monkey and hair simulation. And that's just the test. At the beginning we want to make some strange result, but we had some difficulties how to morph it like to the actual dancing characters, but it looks very good actually. I like it. And again, it's Houdini. The next one, let's see some more VFX scenes. So for example, this is baseball destruction. At the beginning it was like some spheres, and we tried the cubes mix. So that's the result for the explosions. Very nice. And some smoke. Nice. And some explorations for the gum. So that's how it was when Gorilla steps on the TV. And liquid simulations for the weird horse, sand simulation for the regular horse, and some velocity fields for our unicorn. It was done for the particles simulations. Okay, so what I want to show you next, once we're done with draft animations, draft renders, we made the first mix. So let's start from the beginning actually. So it's the first one.
Why does horse love motion design? Because it can be brutal, can be weird, a little bit crazy, and even the unicorn. I love unicorns, but a little bit smaller, of course.
And this is a draft animatic.
How about unicorn fly? Fantastic plan. Do you want a magic trick? One unicorn fly becomes 3 unicorn flies, but we wanted more, 7 unicorn flies, and that's a party. Oh yeah. I can understand. What's wrong with this TV? Let's throw it out to play baseball. Very strong TV, but how does it taste? Let's check it out. And the gorilla says it's very tasty. The same as motion design. It's my favorite flavor. Do you want to try to enroll in motion designs? Why this horse?
So as you can see, it's already has the timing. So each scene I already figured it out how long it should be, and I've combined it together with my voiceover. And for the team, it already can be understandable, the mood and everything else. So after that, it was frame by frame.
Why this horse love motion design? Because it can be brutal, can be weird, a little bit crazy, and even the unicorn. I love unicorns, but a little bit smaller, of course. Oh, and so but how does it taste?
And again, this one frame by frame is like the best, for the team. So it's actually already the complete movie. So don't hesitate to make it. You need it always. So find a great frame by frame animator or do it yourself, because for the drift animatics it's not actually, you don't need a lot of skills. Okay, then it was draft edit. As you can see, there are no backgrounds in the first scene. It's almost the final for the brutal horse, no background for the weird. The same here, gray background, like draft render and bounding box. Then it's frame by frame. So we started to like put our renders on the top of the frame by frame. It's like collecting puzzles actually. So when we saw the first draft edit, we already found some things that we need to include. Okay, so for example, we already have the background for the weird horse. We added elements, a little bit of draft render, but it's already more interesting. Okay, some draft for the flies, then scene. Okay, so let's see the draft 3. So we already included, as you can see, the background and everything looks great. It's very great on the cut of the scene. We added some liquid simulations here, a little bit of color adjustments on the Supreme horse, little bit more adjustment on the unicorn. As you can see, we added particles here. The same for the unicorn fly, but we don't liked how they act on the scene. Then no background for the flies, so we even don't like mention that some background should be there. Okay, so the final render of the dancing party, but still we decided that it's not like the party mood, so we need to make some interesting shading here. So as you can see, the render of this scene, no screen on the TV, almost the final for the baseball, great, and the final scene, no animation, and the final logo. So we decided that it's too empty, so let's see the finals, the final result. As you can see, I made more contrast, more unsharp mask. If you're familiar with After Effects, for example, I added a little bit more footage of the smoke also here. The same here, the footage of the particles going up. So it's just like green screen particles, you can Google it or anything else. Also, I've added some frame by frame elements, which is really great. So you can see them also in the brutal horse scene. and of course the Ukraine flag, because we originally from Ukraine, guys, and a lot of our authors is also from Ukraine, so just let you know. Okay, then this scene was little bit improved. So at the beginning it was gray background, so I decided to make it colorful and some additional elements on the background, like some formulas and so on. The next one, I decided that we need to add some shine, and it was done like in After Effects really quickly. The same After Effects bounding box and so on. Some color correction also in After Effects. So as you can see, we added some nice particles with the great lights, and also the black like background. I decided to make like funny move with the windows shut out, you know. And also you can see there are a lot of interesting screens like that. I hope someone will have some really nice thoughts about it, like Flash MX 2004. It's actually, I started with this software, guys, in 2004. Okay, and Winamp, shout out to Winamp, of course. Then we decided to make more interesting UI elements, and of course the new lighting setup to make the real club mood. I also played with some effects, like some noise, because the next scene is TV, so I wanted to make it like it's already on TV, you know. And some glitches I made them in After Effects. It's mostly like liquify effect and so on. Also, as you can see, we made this scene more like black, and some another elements like Soviet Union, actually Soviet Union element. Okay, the transition, we made the background little bit more like night, you know. Also some additional element, if you know what it is. Boom. Yeah, and of course some smoke and sparkles. Nice. So that's how the editing was made also. So as I said, I will include the link to this presentation so you can see all steps. And again, there are some additional info on Behance page. Also, the most interesting like scene in this video is that I actually made a lot of interesting like puzzles in this video. So let me show you again.
Why does this horse love motion?
Just real quick. So guys, I don't know if you like when you watch the video, I like sure that you not noticed these things here, right? If we go to the next scene, we can see them again, right? For example, you can see the pyramids again, and what all this means, I don't know. Actually, I know what all this means, and I want to show you some other things here. Yeah, but actually it's only one of the puzzles that I put it in the video. There are like 10 puzzles more actually, but besides that there are the main puzzle, and that's like what I told you in the beginning of the video. So you have the chance to win $5,000 if you will if you will solve this puzzle. What I want to suggest you, 666 is not a part of the puzzle, so don't look at it. This guys is also, this sim is not a part of the puzzle, so just find the answer, and the description for this contest is beside the videos, so take a look at the contest, and I'll be glad if you solve the puzzle, and the results will be on the 2nd of May, so I'm pretty sure that you can find it. So guys, check it, and thank you for the watching. It was really interesting process for me, and I'm excited to like express you all my knowledge and knowledge of all our team, because we did like a lot of progress, and we want to share you this progress too. Okay, so see you on the courses, and also we made a special group for the each participant. So if you join any course of this bundle, let's see how it looks like. So it's 9 new courses, and all course is about this video, you know. And we also made a modern motion bundle. If you want to buy them all, I will be glad, because nowadays it's pretty easy, and I'm the one of that guys actually who like enrolled to all these courses, and I actually work it on these courses with the guys. So nowadays to be generalist is not like a big deal, guys. Just think about it. Okay, so as I said, if you enroll any course, you will see the group. You can find the people, like actually if you want to make some maybe a short film, you want to make some really great project, you can always find these people in this group. So actually all areas are here. You need sound design, you can find sound designers here, and that's like awesome. It's the best I've ever made. Okay, and I'm also here, so if you have any questions, we will answer them. Each teacher will be here also, so if you're struggling with the homeworks, they will help you. And the main goal, guys, to make you progress like a lot. And what I want to do with this set of courses is to make a real great team, like a great guys who like the pro in each area, and I'm pretty sure that we can make something great together, like we already did on Behance, and we always do some collaborations with our students. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much, and see you on the courses. Bye bye.